Dopamine is your risk-reward hormone. And the male brain naturally produces much higher levels of dopamine than the female brain. This is why we see our boys more naturally taking risks. Dopamine is highly addictive. In studies, when rats are given the choice between dopamine and methamphetamine, they'll choose the dopamine every time. When giving the choice between dopamine and food, they'll choose dopamine to the point of starvation. So it is highly addictive, and the male brain naturally produces more of this. Now, I am of the belief that kids really haven't changed. I think that tools have changed. And so when we look at this dopamine, so when dopamine is released in those high amounts, it's during those risk-taking behaviors. And I think that our boys have always been more drawn to risk-taking behaviors. And I use the example of my own son. When we would go to my grandma's house, who lives in a small town in Nebraska, where they still burn their trash. And so every time that we would go to grandma's house, all the boys, my son and his cousins, they'd want to go out and burn grandma's trash. They said, can we go burn grandma's trash? And we'd say, okay, yeah, you can go burn grandma's trash. But remember, make sure there are no hairspray cans in there because they will explode. So what exactly were we communicating to our sons? Go find every single hairspray can, put it in there, and you can have a big explosion. So that's exactly what happened. And so we're in the house, we hear this big explosion, we go running out, the people from the other side of the alleyway, they come running out of their house, and we see these boys laying on the ground just belly laughing. It's just hysterical. And so once we, as moms, check them for blood, breaks, and bruises, then we want to kill them ourselves, but we turn around over our shoulders, and what do we see our husbands doing? Cracking up. That's hilarious. It's that risk reward. It's that dopamine. It's natural.